Hello, welcome to our pattern drafting class. And these are the things that you will be needing. You'll be needing an eraser, a French curve, but this one is broken. So please we'll manage this for this class. You'll be needing a pencil, a good pencil that is well sharpened. So you'll be needing a paper, you'll be needing a ruler. Then we'll be needing a paper scissors because you can't use your paper scissors for your fabric. Once you use it for your paper, it won't be sharp enough to sharpen your to cut your paper. So we'll be needing a paper scissors. Then this, I brought this because I will be using it to thicken the lines so that we can see properly. Thank you. Then we'll be needing uh, a pattern paper. You might not use this brown one. You can use a calendar, or you can use a white pattern paper, but I'm using a brown pattern paper. So let's get started. But before we start, I'll be showing you, how these things work, so that you will not have to imagine too much. Like you can see this dress now. There's a joining at the side. This is the dress. This is a dress. This is a dress. There's a joining at the side. There's a joining at the side. There's a joining at this side. As you can see at the back, there's no joining here. It doesn't have a zip. But there are some dresses that have zip. So it has to be cut open from up to down. But this is not like that. But I'm just trying to show you how it's the same thing we are drafting that we'll do on a fabric that we are doing on a paper. So that you see how it looks like, because we'll be joining it on both sides. It will be joined on both sides. So now, for you, if you want to cut a cloth or make a pattern, you are going to be folding this front into two. Are you getting it? This front is going to be folded into two. So what we are doing is that all the measurements we took, all our round measurements we took, will be divided into four. All our round measurements, that is our horizontal measurements, will all be divided into what? Two. Aside the shoulder, which will be divided into only two. So will be divided into four. I'm so sorry. All our round measurement will be divided into four. Aside shoulder, that will be divided into two. So let's get into business. So right now, for me to be able to, then these are the measurements that I took then in our last class. These are the measurements. You can see it properly. That's what I'm going to be using on this paper. So let's start. So for you to be able to conserve your paper, for you not to waste your paper, if you are doing a design that needs to be done on paper and you don't want to waste paper, you can use a singular paper, but you still share your measurements or your round measurements into four. You can do it like this. But if you have enough paper, which will be sewing a blouse with, and fold it like this. I'm doing it because of this class. That is the front. I'm going to take the front measurement on paper now. So instead of me folding my paper, or wasting it and trying to fold and fold and fold before getting it, what I'll just do, I'll just look at the biggest part of the blouse measurement we've taken. So the biggest part is 41. 41, that is the hip. 41. So 41 divided by 4. I told you all our round measurements will be divided into 4. So it will be 41 divided by 4. Look at it. It's 41. Put your tape rule here. 41. Straighten it up. This part, put it again. So you can get, or you can use your ruler, your calculator. Where is it? So our allowances is usually 1.5 aside the waste because of the dirt that I'll be adding. So this is 1 quarter. So I'm going to be adding one and a half to it. So this is 1 quarter. I'll mark it. Then plus our one and a half, I would mark it. So now I'll fold my paper. Then let's waste paper. Okay, so the first thing we are going to be doing on our brown paper, we are going to be marking our border line out, our border line, which is 1 inch. 1 inch. That border line mostly is used for allowance, maybe for the allowance. So now I'll join it. Sorry. If you have any question after this class, please feel free to ask. Okay, then from there, the next one we are going to be taking the bust, our vertical measurements. So we have to put in our vertical measurement before we'll be able to put in our horizontal, that's our round measurement. So now, since the bust is 34 and a half, our armhole we are going to be using armhole of 8 and a half. There's a size chart for that, different bust and different armhole. They're going to be, because I cannot use 8 and a half for a bust of 45, so that would be for another class. For this, I'm going to be using 8 and a half for the bust measurements, for me to be able to put in my bust measurements. So I will draw my line. The next one I'm going to be doing is my collar to my waist. Collar to my waist, which is 13 and a half. So I told you we are going to be taking our vertical measurements first of all, before we input our horizontal. Our horizontal measurements are the round measurements. So this is it. So the next straight measurement we are going to be taking, or vertical, call it straight or vertical. People that are not used to it, to be our collar to our waist. Collar to our waist. Or, okay, collar to our waist, 23 and 23. Our collar to waist is 23. So I'll be able to input my, sorry, from appearing in the video. It's supposed to appear. Okay, then now we're going to be putting our bust measurement on this line, our waist measurement on this line, our hip measurement on this line. So our bust is of 34 and a half. 34 and a half. Like I said, you can easily use your distance calculator, but I'm using a tape. And I'm dividing my measurement into 4. 1, divided into 1, the second one, to have this. Get it. See? Which is what? Look at it. This is 8 and a half. Like I said before, this is 8 1 8, 8 and a quarter, 8 5 8, 8 and a half, 8. This is 8 1 8, 8 and a quarter, 8 3 8, 8 and a half, and 8 858. So this is 858. 858. 858. See? Then the next one is the waist measurement. Waist is 25 and half. So this is 638 for the waist measurement. 638. So the next one we're going to be taking is the hip. 41 divided by 4. 41 divided by 4. So we're going to be getting 10 and look at it. 10 and what? Quarter. So put it on the paper. Now do it like this. So now, sorry, the first thing we're supposed to put first was our shoulder. So just gonna put our shoulder on the borderline. So half of 13 is 6 and a half. So which I've done here. I'll come to the bust line. I'll still put the 6 and a half there too. 6 and a half. So it's time to connect our lines. So the bust to the waist, connect it. Then to this, still connect it. See how it sits. You can see it. So now I use 8 and a half here. I want to put my armhole. So I used 8 and a half here. Why I use 8 and a half? Because this person is going to have a sleeve. If there's no sleeve that's going to be added, and I use 7 and a half so that the bust side of the bust will not show. But the one I'm putting 8 and a half so that it will be free. The person will be able to raise. She'll be able to raise her hand. So 8 and a half. Half of 8 and a half is 4 1/4, which I've done. So on this 4 1/4, I'll come in by half. So I'm going to be using my French curve to put in our armhole. So I'm not staying properly, so I'm having difficulty enjoying it. No combination at all. So this is it. You can see that we'll have to clean that line. That's why you need your eraser. That's it. It's not staying well. So if I had a longer French curve, I would have gotten to this place immediately. So you can see my line how it looks like. In total, I would be using anything like this so that I can get it properly. Sorry. I just got the broken side of it. That will be convenient for everything. I love good lines. Oh my. Then this is it. You can see we are making progress. So you see. So now, like I said, the allowances that I'm going to be using is 1.5. From here to this place, 1.5. I don't want to use it. Then for the bust, I'll still use 1.5. Then for the waist, I'll use 2.5. Are you getting it? 2.5. So I'm going to be using dotted lines to join our allowances. Not really dotted lines though. Then now it's time for us to put our neckline. It's going to be a round neckline. So for a size 8, size small, size 10, we'll be using 4 by 4.5. So I don't have to choke the person. Get 4 and 4, 4 by 4.5 is just perfect. Just perfect. 4.5. So this is it. You just have to use your ruler. There's nothing like free hand here. So you get, so you see. You can see. Like this. Then now I'm going to put in my neck. You can see the way I placed it. I did not do like this. I did not bend it. Just place. Make sure that this round place is sitting on this line. And make sure that this place is at the tip here. So I just do it like this. You can see it. You can see it. Then for the shoulder, I'm going to be coming down by half on the shoulder for a slant, so that we don't have a bulge to slip on your shoulder. So connect it to this line. You can see it. Then I will now add my allowances, because we'll be using allowance that we'll be using to do our facing at the neck and at the shoulder. So now I'll be adding 1/2 inch round. So this is how I'll be going. Just place it to be perfect. So when you are already used to your tape rule, you can just use your eye to do it again. So this place, from this slanted place that I came down half, I will go. So we'll go up by 1 inch, we mark. Then this place will go up by 1. That's why I said we need a border line. Get. So now we go up like this. We go up, then we do our slant. This slant is for this 1 inch. It's for our joining. So it stops here. Get. Okay, now I'm going to be adding allowances for the neckline and the armhole. So I've done that. So this one, you just connect it like this to this place. Here's our allowance. You get. Here's our allowance. Then for the armhole, we are going to be adding half. So I'll just extend this a little. Then I add half like this. You get. So you see what I'm doing. I didn't come and stop here. You know, it will be. Oh, see, look at, just see. Main body's measurement to main body's measurement, then allowances to allowance. You can see this allowance went to meet this allowance for the shoulder. Then this one met this allowance met the allowance for the armhole. Then the armhole allowance met the allowance for the bust, the waist, and the hip. You can see that we already have. Let me show so that you can see very well. You can see we already have a blouse measurement. See it? That's it. See it? How it looks like. You get. So this is the measurement for our blouse. Then because of we are having issue with paper is not long, not long. We are going to add 1 inch for hemming on this down part, downwards. So when you place this your paper on your fabric, you add 1 inch downwards, 1 inch. You can see it's only half that came out, so I'll be adding half more to make it what, 1 inch. So you add half more inch. Get, so here's it. You add more, add half more inch downwards. See how it looks like. See how it looks like. You can see. You see it? So this is it. So thanks for joining today's class. Our next class we'll be cutting this. We'll be cutting this. Then we'll do the back. Then we'll start joining it with our needle and thread. So thank you.